رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربي زدني علما. So we are going to start our this week's session. The first session we are going to do some grammar practice, and then in the second session, inshallah, we will have a Quran session. Before starting a new topic, I would like to just recap the previous concepts we were discussing for the last couple of weeks. We were discussing about basically derived nouns. Brother Ashar, would you please just revise us about the previous concepts?
Uh, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa
Yes,
alaikum assalam wa
sure.
rahmatullah.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. So we learned derived nouns, asmae mushattaq. Uh, so we learned 5 derived nouns,
Yeah.
like isme tafdeel, isme mubalagha, isme sifa, isme makan, and isme ala. Isme tafdeel, basically it can be used as a superlative and a comparative purpose.
Yeah.
So, like if we take Jameel, so the comparative of Jameel is Ajmal, and similarly Kareem, the comparative of Kareem is Akram. And if we want to make it superlative, we have to add al before the superlative, like Ajmal becomes Al Ajmal for superlative, and Akram become Al Akram for superlative degree. And uh, if we add we can check we can use a min. If we use min after ismu tabdil, then also it is like akbaru min means bigger than, ajmalu min means
Okay.
more beautiful than. And after ismu tabdil is, we learned isme mubalagha. Isme mubalagha is which explain the intensity of that particular noun. So if we take alim, so the mubalagha is alam. If we take ghafir, the mubalagha of this ghafir is ghaffar.
So in alim, what will be the isme tafdeel?
Alim.
Isme tafdeel.
Isme tafdeel is alam.
A'lam. Yeah.
And
And
ghaffar
if
is
we make
akbar.
superlative of what will be
Al
the
alam.
al alam? Yeah.
And there are 5 patterns.
Yeah.
There are 5 patterns we learned in Isma Mubalagha. Number 1 is fa'alun and fu'alun, like ghaffarun, sattarun. And number 2 is fi'ilun, like siddiqun and siddiqatun. And number 3 is fa'ulun and fu'ulun, like subuhun and qudusun. Number 4 is fa'ulun, like ghafurun, zalumun. And number 5 is fa'lanun and fu'lanun,
All
like
alam.
rahmanun and ghasbanun. These are the ismu mubalagh.
Furqan.
Furqanun.
Yeah.
Correction here actually, na? It is not فعلان, it should be فعلان. And فعلان we removed actually, na? Like Rahma, it is not Rahmanun, it is Rahmanu, Ghadbanu, Shaytanu, Farhanu, not Farhanun. So it should not be Tanween on it, just a single page.
Okay. So these are the ismu mubalagha.
Hmm.
And after that,
Next is isme sifa.
after it, isme sifa. We learned isme sifa. Isme sifa is describe the permanent quality of
Yeah.
that noun. Like alim means the one who knows, but alim is the isme sifa, which means the one who always know. And
Hmm.
like rahim and rahim, rahim is the one who is merciful, and rahim is the one who always merciful or continuously merciful.
And one of the patron, the famous patron, is fa'il, and
Is
there are
Fa'ilun.
many other patrons.
Yes, like Fa'ilun is the famous pattern,
Yeah,
and the colors and the body defects also
yeah,
define as a ism sifa.
yeah,
So the color patterns are af'alu, fa'la'u, and fa'lu.
yeah. And
And
then we
and
discuss
then we
verb.
learned ismul zarf. Ismul zarf is basically the noun which explains the time and the place of the action, like masjid and mashriq. Masjid means the place and the time of prostration, and there are some patterns for ismul zarf. Number one is maf'alun, two is maf'ilun, third one is maf'alatun.
Yeah,
Uh,
and
okay,
also in level three, all
yeah.
level three isme maf'ul is sometimes treated as.
इसमें yeah, level
Yeah,
3 इसमें
zarf.
मफऊल sometimes treated as ismul zarf. Okay,
Yeah,
okay. And there there are some patterns
yeah,
in
and last one is
ismul ala. Last
like
one is ismul ala, which basically which explain the any tool or anything from which we can do any action.
yeah,
Some kind of tool, like for fathun means to open, and miftahun and miftah is a tool from which we can open
and there are some pattern about
some
this.
patterns. Mif'alun, mif'alun, and mif'ala.
And the plural is
Plural is mafa'il and mafa'il.
yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Ashar bhai, for
Okay.
revising all these things. So today we are going to another important topic, that is types of maf'ul. One maf'ul we are doing in the table, that is isme maf'ul, like fa'il and maf'ul, fatih and maftuh. That is just telling us about the who is doer and the thing which is done on that. That is isme maf'ul. Here type of maf'ul, actually before discussing that we have to just see the jumla fi'liya, verbal sentence. As we discussed that they start with fi'l, and it must have fa'il and fail, and maf'ul sometime may or may not be present. So we are discussing this maf'ul today, that how many types of maf'ul there, like in jumla fi'liya here, khalaqallahu al-arda. This is the basic construction of the sentence, jumla fi'liya, that there must be subject, object, and verb. Like here the verb is khalaqa. Allahu is subject, which is also we say it fa'il, and al arda, this is subject, this is object, and we have to say it maf'ul, and it is mansub. So here, so again in jumla fi'liya, we when we say, so there is most, there is fa'il, there is verb, and then maf'ul, fa'il, fail, and maf'ul. As we said that sometime maf'ul may or may not be there, but if it is there, so this maf'ul is always mansub. And such type of mansub, the first mansub, this is the direct object, that who is doing, this is maf'ul bihi. But before that we should understand that there is maf'ul, I mean object in the sentence. So here khalaqallahu al-arda, Allah is basically fa'il, khalaqa is fi'il, the action. This is the action, and on which some this action is done, this is object, and this is called maf'ul, and subject, object, and verb. So today we will discuss about different type of maf'ul. This maf'ul that we here discuss, this is direct maf'ul, direct object. Here just we can say that what is the object, what is subject, and this is called maf'ul bihi. So this is the first type, that is maf'ul bihi. For example, here we say that wa'allama, and he taught. He taught to whom? Here we have Adam. And what? Al Asma, the name. So normally it answers the question. We have to think over the sentence when there is a sentence. Allama, this is he taught. But he taught who? He taught Adam. Here Adama is maf'ul, and Asma, this is also maf'ul. And these both, they are direct maf'ul, direct object, and it is giving us answer of who or what. So this is called maf'ul bihi. Like khalaqa, khalaqa, he created. He created what? Here it is al insana, and it will be mansub, as we said that their form, their halat, their status, that will be mansub. Khalaq al heat. So if the answer, this is direct object, as we were discussing in jumla failure, so this is maf'ul bihi. Second type of maf'ul is, it is about the reason. Maf'ul lahu, reason is normally answers the questions of why. So first was who or what. Maf'ul lahu, lahu is giving us, it is giving us about the reason of the object, means it's answer the questions of why. For example, here yunfiquna amwalahum, and they spend. If we say that they spend what? Amwalahum, we can say that this is answer of what, so it can be maf'ul bihi. But why they spend? Here the ibtigha mardatillahi, for the pleasure of, in seeking the pleasure of Allah. So basically it is giving the reason of this action. This is the verb. In normally action is in the verb, that what we are going to do. Yunfiquna, they spend. They spend what? They spend to whom? They spend why? So this is the answer when there is such type of maf'ul there, ibtigha'a. So basically it is giving the reason. So this will be maf'ul lahu. We'll see more example here, but first we have to see the types of that. Third type is maf'ul fihi. Maf'ul fihi is basically giving us about when the action has taken and where it has been taken. Like yusabbihuna, they glorify. They glorify here when, al-layla wan nahara, night and day. So it is not giving about who or what and why. Where, this is the time, the zarf is like we. So yusabbihuna, they glorify day and night, where this is giving the place. Then we have maf'ul hal, mean it is giving a state, in which state, how they are doing this, how. وَادْخُلُوا الْبَابَ سُجَّدًا, and if you all and you all enter in door, in which state while prostrating. So this is sujjadan. So this is the state of that. And the last is maf'ul mutlaq. Mutlaq is absolute. Basically it is in such type of maf'ul, there are one of the reason it is it will normally stress on the verb, and this type of maf'ul will have from the same family, from the same root of the verb, and it is giving basically the stressing the verb, it gives the strength to the verb. Like here, this is one of the reason, also number of times, that how many times it has done also. But this is absolute of kallamallahu Musa taklima. If you see here, kallama, he talked. And then we have, this is taklim, from the same, wala tubadhiru tabzira, and do not spend tabzira, I mean this is also that falsely or wastefully, like this. So this is absolute object, maf'ul mutlaq. So these are the types of maf'ul we have. So just we have, just let us review them and we will see that. Brother Naeem.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam, Naeem bhai. So can you please
Yes.
repeat about the types of.
We have 5 maf'ul, like maf'ul bihi, Maf'ul lahu, maf'ul fihi, maf'ul hal, maf'ul mutlaq. In maf'ul bihi, like maf'ul is what type of and who action is done in this, like in the sentence.
Yeah.
Maf'ul bihi, like wa, and maf'ul lahu. Why this? Uh, why is the action is done
Yeah.
by maf'ul, like, and maf'ul fihi is the state, or it is the time and place where the action is done,
Yeah.
and maf'ul hal is a state of which condition the maf'ul uh, is is in the sentence, and maf'ul mutlaq is the same root word of fail, and maf'ul is called maf'ul mutlaq.
Yeah, same root and sometimes the same meaning, and also most of the time it is from the same family, and it is strengthening this verb. It also it gives the strength. For example, وَكَلَّمَ اللَّهُ Musa, and Allah talked to Musa. What is this?
Taklima,
Taklima, talking a lot.
as
Like,
to talk.
yeah, so it is basically giving the strength to that talk, that kallama and then taklima. This. So thank you, Naim bhai. Azhar bhai.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Should I do the repeat?
Yeah. First, can you please tell me the in Jumla Felia how many part?
Uh, the brother, voice is missing. What is the question?
Yeah, I think it is at your side there is problem something.
So what is the question, brother?
Jumla Felia. In Jumla Felia, how many parts are there normally?
And they have three parts:
That
file,
is
fail, and maf'ul.
maf'ul, sometime present and sometime
Maf'ul
it can be
sometimes
missed.
there or may not be there. Yeah.
Like if it is just khalaqallahu, Allah
Allah created.
created. But here, if maf'ul is this is al arda. So what is the status of this maf'ul? It will be always
Yeah, it will be always. Yeah.
always mansub. The status of this maf'ul will be mansub, like here. So what is Allah here in this sentence?
Allah is file,
File,
subject.
a subject. What about khalaqa?
It's a verb.
Verb. It is fa'il. And what about maf'ul here?
It's maf'ul, the action.
Action. And this is al arda. So
Yeah.
how many types of maf'ul can be?
You told us the five of them.
Five of them.
Maf'ul
First one
bi-
is
maf'ul bihi,
yeah.
maf'ul lahu.
Okay, maf'ul bihi. Can you please explain this?
It means who or what.
What? Like here, can you please explain this example?
وَأَلَّمَ آدَمَ الْأَسْمَاءَ.
Yeah. And
he taught Adam the name.
the name. He taught. So Adam is giving the answer of what? Who?
Who?
And what he taught?
Names.
Name. All names. Allah sma'a. All names. And similarly, khalaqal insana. Here.
خَلَقَ الْإِنسَانَ. He created the humans.
By the way, what is this sentence? What is the type of this sentence? Jumla ismiya or jumla fa'liya?
This is a failure.
What is fa'il? Subject here.
Halaka.
Fa'il.
There is no file.
So inside doer. That is
inside doer. Yeah, he.
And what is the fail action?
He's inside doer.
Yeah, this is fa'il. And what about fa'il?
Halaka.
Halaka action. And what about maf'ul?
Insan.
Insan. What type of maf'ul is this?
Maf'ul bihi.
Bihi. It is giving answer of over. Thank you very much, Azhar bhai. So I would go to brother Rida.
Salaam alaikum.
Walaikum assalam, brother Rida. Second type of maf'ul.
Maf'ul lahu is trying to answer the object, the reason.
The
Why?
reason why this action is done. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So,
Can you please
what else?
explain with this example?
Yeah. ينفقون
Yunfiqun.
ينفقون, they spend or they will spend أموالهم, their wealth, wealth. ابتغاء, for why they are doing this?
This is ibtagha mean in seeking.
Is seeking pleasure of Allah, مرضات الله.
The pleasure of Allah. So here, what is the maf'ul bihi, maf'ul lahu?
The reason they are
Yeah.
مفعول له is the reason why they are spending their wealth is because they are seeking for pleasure of Allah.
Pleasure of Allah. And they spend what?
Spend what? أموالهم.
Amwalam. And what is what?
Why it's what?
What?
أموالهم. Well,
Yeah, amwalam. So this is maf'ul.
this is مفعول له.
No. What? They spend what?
Oh, what? They spent أموالهم
And this is maf'ul
به.
bihi. This is not the reason. They spend what?
No.
They spend amwal.
What? Yes, به.
Thank you, brother Rida.
You're welcome.
Next, I would go to Muhammad Farhan.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Um,
Types of maf'ul. So can you please explain this type of maf'ul? What is this?
Maf'ul fihi.
Maf'ul fi.
It's object for time and place.
Time and place. Zarf. Okay.
It answers the question when or where the action is done.
Okay. Can you please?
يسبحون الليل والنهار.
Okay.
يسبحون.
They glorify.
They glorify layl after
Night. Lail mean night.
night and
Day.
night and day.
This is day. So this lail and nahar is which maf'ul?
مفعول فيه.
Maf'ul fihi. Yes. So can you please tell me what is this sentence is?
It's
Is it
Failure.
jumla ismiya or jumla failiya?
Verbal.
This is
It's
jumla ismiya or
verbal
jumla failiya, ya Muhammad?
it's جملة اسمية, I think.
No, verbal.
It is starting with verb. This is verb. Sabbaha yusabbihu. This is verb. Allama yuallimu.
It's جملة فعل.
Failiya. And what is fa'il here?
فاعل يسبح.
Fa'il means subject. Yeah, what is subject?
يسبح.
No.
B.
Yusabbihuna. What is the meaning of yusabbihuna?
They
Glorify.
They glorify. What is they?
Subject.
That is subject. That is fa'il. See here, Muhammad. Allama, he taught. What is subject there? That is inside doer. He. And what is the action? He taught. Yusabbihuna, they glorify. They is basically doer, subject. Okay?
Yeah.
And glorify is basically action. That is verb. So yusabbihu basically verb. Sabbaha yusabbihu. And doer, the subject, that is inside. Okay. Next we will go to Ibrahim Farhan.
Yes, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. So
Okay.
maf'ul types, what are those? Number one,
مفعول به,
then
مفعول له, مفعول فيه, and مفعول
hal.
حال.
So maf'ul in English we say it what?
Object.
Object. Okay. So
Okay.
maf'ul hal is
مفعول حال, object of state. It answers the question how the action is done.
like here.
وادخلوا الباب سجدا.
Okay.
و ود
Wa.
و and أد
It will
Ud,
be
ud,
other. Udkhulu.
ud.
أد أد
Udkhulu.
أدخلوا.
You all
You all
enter.
enter الباب,
Door.
the door,
You all
سجدا.
enter the door in how?
You
Sujud.
all
Pros,
enter the door.
While
in
prostrating.
prostration.
Sajda.
Oh,
While doing the
oh,
sajda.
oh! You all enter the door while prostrating.
Yeah. Just if I ask you to enter the door in bowing down. So it is telling you the condition that how you
Yes,
have to do this action.
yes,
Here you have to do this action, and when that is maf'ul fihi. Why you are doing this action? That is maf'ul lahu. And who or action is done by who, and what action is done, that is maf'ul bihi. Last is maf'ul mutlaq. Brother Javed, would you please?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So it is maf'ul mutlaq, it is absolute object.
Object.
So the root of the fail and maf'ul is the same in this sentence. It intensifies the verb.
Ah, yes, it intensifies the verb. Here, can you please say? وَكَلَّمَ.
وَكَلَّمَ اللَّهُ مُوسَى تَكْلِيمًا.
So here, what is fail, Javed bhai? Just for audience.
Kallama, he taught.
Kallama. And what thing intensify this verb?
Taklima.
Taklima. So
Takliman.
this is what?
It is kallama is fail and taklima is maful mutlaq
Yeah,
because it
maful matlab, because
intensifies.
it is intensify this verb, and also both are from the same root.
Yes,
Okay, can you
both
please
are same
translate?
root. And Allah talked Musa talked a lot.
Talking a lot. One
Talking
thing,
a lot.
if I say Allah talk to whom?
To Musa.
Musa. So Musa is also maf'ul, is it or not?
Yeah, it is a maful bihi.
Yeah, yes, it is maf'ul bihi. So Allah talk. Allah talk to whom? Musa.
Musa.
And taklima, kallama, and taklim both are same. Similarly, next, Javed bhai.
Wala tabaddir tabdira.
Tubadir.
Tubazzir, sorry, tubazzir tabdira.
Yeah,
And do not waste
yeah. Or do not spend. We can
or
also
do not spend
tabdira, wastefully.
wastefully. Okay, do not spend wastefully.
So here also verb is this verb is intensified by the same root of tabdira.
Yes, tabdira.
Thank you very much, Javed bhai.
Thank you.
So we have learned so far this types of maf'ul bihi, maf'ul lahu, maf'ul fihi, maf'ul hal, maf'ul mutlaq. So maf'ul bihi is giving the answer of who or what. Maf'ul lahu, why, fihi, when and where the action is done, how this action is done, that is maf'ul hal. And this one, when fi'l and maf'ul are same, and basically this here the maf'ul is used to intensify this verb, then this is called maf'ul mutlaq. Inshallah, we will revise it tomorrow and discuss more. Inshallah. So now we have to go for the second session without delaying. So Brother Shahbaz will lead us.